You bought an Oura Ring Gen 4. Now what? Today I'm gonna walk you through what you should do in the beginning, what to focus on and what to ignore, because the interface may seem a little confusing in the beginning. So I'm gonna tell you what to concentrate on and what to ignore in the beginning and what you should do exactly. I've been using Oura Rings since 2022 and it helped me a lot with my recovery and sleep. Let's hop into it. As you know, the Oura Ring Gen 4 is one of the best tools to track your sleep and recovery, not necessarily your exercise and your training. That's why I always recommend it to the people that's dabbling their way into the healthy lifestyle. You're not crazy about the gym or training yet, but you want to improve your sleep and your recovery. At least understand them a bit more. You do want to know more and understand your body a bit more. That's the strength of the Oura Ring 4. It's discreet and gives you accurate data about your sleep and recovery. Let's hop into the app and understand a bit more about it. As you can see, when you open the app from here, you get greeted by some circles above, as you can see, and the checking in sections, as you can see here and here as well. Okay, if you go a bit down, you will see your timeline in the training and sleep. As you can see, it's so simple. It gives you the timeline of your day step by step. If we take me, for example, I woke up at 5:43. I slept 6 hours and 14 minutes. My readiness and my sleep scores, which we will talk about in a bit, but just know about them right now. Then I did a full kilometer walking outside. As you can see, it imported that data from Apple Health. Anything you log on your Apple Watch which syncs into the Apple Health, the Oura Ring takes as well. So it's so intuitive in that. Once you open the exercise on your Apple Watch, it gets directly sent to the Oura Ring. Okay, the walking lasted from 7:30 to 8:30. Then I started some strength training from 9:48, as you can see here, to 10:20. Again, the whole time of training, the total calories burned, and the average heart rate, all from Apple Health. If you go a bit down as well, you will see the timeline of yesterday, when I fell asleep exactly, and what is the latency. What was the time difference between getting in bed and falling asleep? That's the latency. If you see the full timeline, it will give you even more data about yesterday and the day before that, and so on. Okay, if you go a bit down again, you will see something called circles, which is something like the Apple thing, the scores or the rings. I don't personally use it because I already have the Apple rings and it's already annoying. I don't need extra rings or circles. Then you get some articles about how caffeine affects your data, what are the recent studies about the stuff that affects your recovery and stuff like that. Okay, if we go back up, you will see the major stuff that's affecting your recovery. As you can see here, we have something called readiness. That's your recovery score or your readiness score. We have something called the sleep score. We have something called the activity score and the heart rate. You can access these from here, the Today tab, and go upstairs, or the Vitals tab. As you can see, if you open that, you can get the same circles, but in a different type of viewing. You can see your range and where you are in that day. And of course, you can go to yesterday and the calendar any day you want. As you can see, all the days with different data. Okay, yesterday, the day before that, the day before that. You can see your scores every day. Okay, let's focus on today. If we see the readiness score and we click on that, as you can see, it opens more stuff to check, more metrics, and it's so amazing and intuitive. As you can see, it tells you the score by the day. As you can see, your timeline is upstairs. Today's score is 85. What does that mean? The closer you get to 100, that's amazing to you. How does it calculate that? In the first 7 days, it always monitor your resting heart rate and your heart rate variability. The higher this number and the lower this number, altogether, it gives you a better score, closer to 100. So in the first 7 days, it will calculate your baseline in the resting heart rate and your baseline in the heart rate variability. And after 7 days, it gets the baseline and calculates the score based on on that. So today's 85, as you can see, my resting heart rate and my heart rate variability is good relative to other people, but it's just 85 relative to me because I have a lot better scores than that. My heart rate variability goes up until 150, 155, and my resting heart rate goes down to 45. So it's a good score, but not my best score. So things to keep in mind, you have to always compare yourself to your baseline. Don't compare yourself to others. I will tell you how to improve this and this later on, but for now you have to focus on that it takes this score from this and this. The higher this and the lower this, it gives you a better score in this. Okay, amazing. If you go down, you will see the body temperature and the respiratory rate. To me personally, the respiratory rate is not accurate. No tracker can get this stuff accurately, so I don't care about it that much, but I care about my body temperature. Usually when I'm hotter, I notice that I'm getting sick. But if it's good like that, I'm good to go. If we go down, you will see all the markers that the ring is caring about. The resting heart rate, the HRV balance, the body temperature, the recovery index, the sleep balance, the sleep regularity. It's amazing. It's so intuitive and thorough. You don't have to know everything about everything. You just have to care about the stuff if it's out of the range. As you can see, if we go to a bad day of mine, you only need to care if you have a bad day like this. As you can see, I have a marker that's out of my normal range and it tells you to pay attention. What does that mean? What does that recovery index actually mean? You click on it and see an exact definition of it and what you should do. It tells you if your recovery index needs some attention, you should avoid alcohol, heavy meal before bed, or taking exercise that is so late at night that keeps your heart rate elevated before sleep. So in that day, by the way, I ate a heavy meal before bed and that's why my recovery index was bad. So you don't have to know about everything. Only if something is outside the range, you have to click on it and see what affected that marker specifically and work on it the next day. If we take another example, as you can see here, Sunday was a bad day as well, but not so bad. My resting heart rate was high and my recovery index was bad and my sleep was fair. If you see here, the sleep, if you open the sleep, it tells you your sleep was fair, but you could benefit from getting more. Also here, your resting heart rate was high. You should do extra cardio or extra zone 2, which I will come to later on in the video, what you should do about your RHR, resting heart rate, and the HRV, how to improve them. That's the readiness score, how I attack it and how I read it every day. If you open the next score, which is the sleep, you will see the same thing. It's amazing, intuitive, and so simple. You will see your time in bed, the total time. You will see the total sleep in that total time. You will see the efficiency, 95. I slept this much from this much. So it calculates the efficiency and it gives you the resting heart rate. From all of this and all of this, it gives you the sleep score. As you can see, you don't have to know each marker specifically. Only tap on the stuff that needs your attention. If it's not blue like that, as you can see, you should take care and pay attention. So today the total sleep was bad. It was not blue. So you open that and simple enough, you should get more sleep for the marker to get blue. 6 hours and 40 minutes is not enough for my body. Simple enough. Okay, if we take another day, as you can see here, we go to yesterday. I had another marker that was bad. As you can see, the deep sleep was not the best. Personally, the sleep stages I don't care about as much because most of the trackers doesn't get the sleep stages as accurate as I need it, so I don't care about it. I only care about my total sleep time and how good my resting heart rate and HRV. The sleep stages I don't care about as much. The Apple Watch is the most accurate in that, but even then I don't care about it as much because it doesn't affect my everyday recovery as much as RHR and the HRV, which is directly correlated to my everyday behavior. I will tell you what to do to improve your sleep later on. We go to the next step, which is the activity goal, and that's one of the weaknesses for the Oura Ring 4. It's not the best for tracking activity. The steps is good enough, but the heart rate during training is bad. And it makes sense because you are holding the stuff with your hand and the ring is not in the optimal position to track. Your hand is tightening up, it moves a lot, the ring sometimes moves. It's not the best. If you don't know, you have to keep this marker down. If it tilts in the other direction, it doesn't get as accurate of a data. So when you train, it moves. You have to always bring it back to the center like that, as you can see. So training wise is not the best. I tried cycling with it, I tried weight training with it, I tried elliptical work with it. It's not the best. So I only care about the steps for now. Maybe they improve everything else in the future, but I only see the steps here. Again, it's a genuine good enough for everyday light activity if you are not a gym goer and crazy about training like me, just a healthy lifestyle enthusiast. It will give you the stay active marker, the move every hour alert, the training frequency and the training volume and the recovery. That's so general stuff. You would not care about specific stuff. If you do, you would get the whoop. So I would say it's fair, not bad, but not the best, as you can see. Again, you can track every day the same way, to the left, to the left, to the left, as you can see. You can see every day what you are doing. As you can see, I'm an athlete, so activity scores are always the best. It doesn't get red at all because for the ring, I'm an extreme athlete. The typical customer for this ring is people that recently improving or trying to improve their healthy habits. So personally, I'm a bit extreme for the ring. I'm a real athlete, so the ring sees me as the total Olympian. Okay, that's the activity score. As you can see, if you go to the today's tab, you can access the same stuff from up here as well. The circles, if you see it here, 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 you can access all the stuff we've been accessing from here as well. As you can see the readiness, as you can see the sleep, as you can see the activity, all the same from the vitals tab and today's tab, you know? Okay, what about my health tab? It gives you something called the resilience score and the cardiovascular age. I don't know exactly what this thing means, but I'm always getting good scores, so I don't care. I like it. I don't open it as much, to be frank. I tried to open the cardiovascular age thing, but from what I saw in that and the VO2 Max, it's not accurate because it doesn't track my zone 2 and zone 5 as well as the Whoop. I trust the Whoop cardiovascular age more than the Oura's age. It just tells me that I'm 3 years younger. In the Whoop, I'm 9 years younger, almost. I know the Whoop is more accurate because the Whoop tracks zone 2 and zone 5 training so much more accurate than this. And to my point as well, if you see the VO2 Max, you would see that it's only 42. My VO2 Max is 49. The Apple Watch says that, the Whoop MG says that, and the Garmin I just returned was saying that as well. It's only the Oura that is not getting it correctly. So from all of that, I do not trust my cardiovascular age or the resilience score for that matter, because I'm not convinced that it tracks my everyday activity as much or as accurate as I need it. It's the best for tracking recovery and sleep, and that's how I use it. It's always matching with my Whoop MG and the Apple Watch Ultra. I trust it enough. Okay, how do a bro like me use the Oura Ring 4? Every day, I'm not kidding, as I told you, I only open the today's tab, then I look at my readiness score. As you can see, I open it from here. I check my heart rate variability and my resting heart rate. But be careful, this is the lowest RHR you got to that night. It's not the average. If you go down, you will see the lowest one, which was mentioned upstairs, but I care about the average one, which is beneath it. I got a good score of 49 that night, which is last night. Also, the average HRV was 136, which was mentioned upstairs. I don't know, for some reason, for the HRV, it mentions the average upstairs, but for the RHR, it mentions the lowest, not the average. So I always go down to see the average here and the average here. I want to see that. Also, I go up and see all of these markers, which one is the red one, and I open it to see what affects that and try to improve it the next night. From my own experience, how to improve your RHR and HRV. If you don't know, they are trainable. You can improve them. For me, I found when I'm losing weight and I'm doing cardio, my resting heart rate is going down and my HRV is going up. That's consistent every time I bulk and cut. Every time I bulk, my markers goes bad, and every time I cut, my markers goes good. So I know for a fact that your body likes to be lighter weight. Okay, what else improves your markers? Please avoid any late meals. If you're gonna sleep at 10, cut all the food at 7. If you are hungry and you cannot sleep without eating a snack, eat some fruits. That's the only acceptable thing in my body. If I eat anything else than that, my RHR goes up. Avoid as well drinking water late before sleep because we don't want to wake up during the night. So cut the water 2 hours before bed and cut the food 3 hours before bed. We don't want to stay digesting when we are sleeping. We want to keep the heart rate as low as possible. Okay, what else improves your HRV and RHR? Your muscle mass. The more you build muscle, the more your body is a bitter butter burner. The RHR goes down, the HRV goes up. And that's a tricky part. If you remember, I told you 2 seconds ago, if you're bulking, the markers goes bad. So you have to neglect that until you build some muscle, then you cut down again. So you have to go through the bad to get the good, you know? Try to avoid alcohol, make it maximum once a week, and try to have it at brunch time, not late. Try to have fun at brunch time to give your body a chance to digest the thing. Don't have any alcohol before bed, please. And don't have too much, even at brunch time. You only get 1 shot or 1 glass and that's it. Just enough to get loose but not drunk, you know? Also, avoid training late at night before bed. Make your training as much as possible in the morning or in the afternoon. I notice when I train late at night, some days my RHR goes up as fuck. So before bed, no exercise. Maybe some light walking between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. just to digest any food, but no serious training. After all of that, do I recommend the Oura Ring 4? Of course I do. It's one of the best trackers out there and one of the sleekest as well. It mesmerized me that they put this much technology in this small form factor. It's amazing. People don't even recognize that it's a smart ring. People think it's a jewelry or something. It's amazing. The only downside that you don't have to depend on it in the training, and the durability, as you can see, it's so scratchable. From the first month, it's gonna get fucked up. If you found this video helpful, please go watch this one, how I use the Whoop MG step by step, everything you need to know from zero to bro. Go watch it. I will wait you there.
No lead, make it easy like 1, 2, 3, go.